New York City. Today, America pauses to remember. It's been 24 years since the September 11, 2001 attacks, a day etched into the nation's soul. Nearly 3,000 lives were lost, and every year since, families, survivors, and citizens gather to honor their memory with solemn ceremonies, moments of silence, and acts of service. In New York, the Pentagon, and Shanksville, Pennsylvania, commemorations are underway. Loved ones of victims, many still carrying the same grief as they did that very morning in 2001, stand side by side with leaders and dignitaries. Thursday. Morning, 3 women, Denise Matuza, Jennifer Nilsson, and Michelle Pizzo, boarded a bus from Staten Island to Lower Manhattan. Each wore shirts with the names and faces of their husbands who never came home. Jennifer Nilsson, whose husband Troy worked on the 103rd floor of the World Trade Center, put it simply, "Even 24 years later, it's heart-wrenching. It feels the same way every year." Others chose more intimate ways to honor the day. James Lynch, who lost his father Robert in the towers, said his family planned to attend a ceremony in New Jersey before spending the afternoon at the beach. For Lynch, grief never truly leaves. "Finding the joy in that grief has been a huge part of my growth," he explained while volunteering at a 9/11 charity event in Manhattan, where thousands prepared meals for those in need. This year's remembrance comes at a tense moment for the country. Just one day before the anniversary, conservative activist Charlie Kirk was shot and killed while speaking at a Utah college. His assassination has already prompted tighter security measures around the 9/11 ceremonies in New York. Vice President J.D. Vance and his wife Usha, who were expected at Ground Zero, have instead traveled to Salt Lake City to visit Kirk's family. Meanwhile, at Ground Zero in Lower Manhattan, the names of victims are once again being read aloud by family members. The city observes moments of silence at the exact times the planes struck and the towers fell. In Washington, a giant American flag was unfurled at the Pentagon to honor the 184 lives lost there, with President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania Trump in attendance. Later in the day, they are expected at a Yankees game in the Bronx. In Shanksville, Pennsylvania, where passengers of Flight 93 bravely fought back against hijackers, wreaths are laid and names are read in a quiet ceremony. Veterans Affairs Secretary Doug Collins represents the administration there. But remembrance is not only about mourning, it's about service. Across the nation, Americans are engaging in food drives, park cleanups, blood donations, and volunteer projects as part of the National Day of Service. It's a reminder that even in grief, unity and generosity shine through. The 9/11 attacks changed the world forever. The U.S. launched the global war on terror, leading to wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, conflicts that claimed hundreds of thousands of lives. Yet justice still feels unfinished. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, the alleged mastermind, remains at Guantanamo Bay over 2 decades later, still awaiting trial. At the heart of New York City, the National 9/11 Memorial and Museum stands as a sacred tribute. 2 vast pools with cascading waterfalls mark the footprints of the Twin Towers, each engraved with the names of the fallen. There is talk within the Trump administration of making the memorial a national monument, shifting its governance away from the nonprofit led by former Mayor Michael Bloomberg. Beyond the memorial, the legacy of 9/11 continues in the fight for health care and compensation. More than 140,000 people remain in monitoring programs for conditions linked to the toxic dust that blanketed Lower Manhattan after the towers collapsed. Billions have been spent to help first responders, survivors, and families who still carry scars of that day. As the sun rises over Shanksville, as the flag waves above the Pentagon, and as names echo through Ground Zero, the message is clear. September 11th will never be forgotten. For families, for survivors, and for the nation, it is a day of remembrance, resilience, and the promise to honor those who were lost, not just with silence, but with service.